Hi there, my name is Miko and welcome to another Let's Play, this time Midnight in Salem. It looks a little spooky. I don't know what it's about, but because of the word Salem in the title, I'm thinking it's about witches. This is, I believe, the latest Nancy Drew game, the newest, and they are saying they are making new ones. I've never played this one before. So far it looks very different than the others. I don't know what to expect. I see a burnt house in the background and a full moon. So it could be about werewolves, could be about witches. Probably witches because it's in Salem. Don't know anything else about the game. I only know that there are a lot of people disappointed in this game. Don't know why. I just know it's different than the other games. Different gameplay, different graphics. So don't really know what we have to do. Don't really know anything about this game, to be honest. I've had some trouble starting it up. I looked it up online and I found that there are more people having problems with this game functioning properly. And one of the things I found was that they advised to change the settings. So that's what I did a couple of times. So I played around with the graphics. I have it on low graphics right now. It doesn't look bad at all, so I don't think it's a big deal. I also have the size of the window smaller because it's just functioning a little better, but I'm still trying to figure out what setting works best on my computer. Maybe if you have a very good new computer, then high settings will work best. I don't know. I'm gonna go with amateur just because I don't really know if this game is gonna be different than the other games, that I maybe have to do different things. I really don't know anything about this game, so I don't know how I have to play it. Otherwise maybe I would have chosen Master because I have played Nancy Drew games before, but I just don't know, so I'm gonna go with amateur this time.
Dear Ned, Austria has been wonderful so far. Dad called. He wants me to get an old relic while I'm here, the Book of Apologies, which dates back to the 17th century witch trials in Salem. I'll be going to Mosam Castle to retrieve it before I head back to the States. It's said to be haunted, so I'm expecting some good scares and mysteries. Ever yours, Nancy.
Ever yours. Should fix that door.
Feels like ages since I was on my last adventure. So, are you coming in?
That's alright, Miss Drew. I'd prefer to stay out here.
Why?
Why? It's so warm and inviting in here.
Wouldn't say that.
Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. All of Judge Sewell's effects are there, just as your father requested. Although, I will tell you, as I told him, the desk is locked, and I don't have the key. But I will gladly stay and answer any questions you have. From the other side of this door. I recommend opening the window for some light. There's no electricity here. Well, in that room at least.
That's weird. Are we a little scared, miss?
Ah, much better. What a wonderful view.
Well, that's a little bit exaggerating. You can only see some mountains. Hold right mouse button to look around. Alright. Click on the screen's edges to turn. And I have a phone. Find Book of Apologies. Will do. Let's see, is this the Book of Apologies?
Malleus Maleficarum.
No.
Wow. The Hammer of Witches itself. Gives me chills knowing what it did.
What did it
Yes,
do?
indeed. A how-to guide for hammering out witchcraft.
Oh.
It was written in 1487 by a man whose name I won't even bother to mention because he used bunk science to send hundreds, if not thousands, of people to their deaths.
So, not a nice man. Show text. Malleus Maleficarum. Part 3, second head, question 4. The judge should act as follows in the continuation of the torture. First, he should bear in mind that just as the same medicine is not applicable to all the members, but there are various and distinct selves for each several member. So not all heretics or those accused of heresy are to be subjected to the same method of questioning, examination and torture as to the charges laid against them, but various and different means are to be employed according to their various natures and persons. Now a surgeon cuts off rotten limbs, and mangy sheep are isolated from the healthy, but a prudent judge will not consider it safe to bind himself down to one invariable rule in his method of dealing with a prisoner who is endowed with a witch's power of taciturnity, and whose silence he is unable to overcome. For if the sons of darkness were to become accustomed to one general rule, they would provide means of evading it as a well-known snare set for their destruction. That's a little creepy. I really hope that isn't what people used to believe.
There really isn't much here.
Yes, Judge Sewell was a Puritan. They believed they should only have purposeful or utilitarian possessions, very little value outside their stated use.
Can I look here? It's a little bit messy. What's this?
You said Judge Sewell was a pious man.
Yes, he believed in the healing powers of the good book. Of course, the Bible was also used to justify executing people.
Indeed.
Depends on who's reading it. It's often misinterpreted. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. Sounds like a man full of regret.
God have mercy. Yep, I think Nancy's right about that.
Dr. Hurst?
Yes, I'm here.
I can ask her questions. What else can you tell me?
What else can you tell me about the Book of Apologies?
As I mentioned, it's the book written by Judge Samuel Sewell himself, detailing the names of people accused of witchcraft. Sewell was one of the very few judges who regretted his actions. The book became his way of finding redemption. Sewell himself was originally from England, but acted as a judge in the Salem witch trials. Do you perhaps know why Carson would need such a book?
Nope.
Just out of curiosity, of course. It's just such a very unusual request.
He's looking into it as a favor for the current judge in Salem.
Oh, I do know. Austria's wonderful.
Austria is wonderful.
I do enjoy it here myself. I'm not from Austria. I was brought here by my work. The food is quite an experience.
The pancake soup was great.
Yes, the Frittatensuppe. The locals consider it traditional.
Never heard of that.
How long have you known my dad?
Oh, Carson and I are not that close. He reached out to me because I'm the historian keeping track of all the relics here. And, as he guessed, we should have the Book of Apologies somewhere.
Lucky I was already here on vacation. I was quite surprised when he called and asked me to come. Though I have to admit, visiting a castle is something I've never been able to turn down.
Do you do these kinds of things a lot?
A little.
From time to time.
I'll get back to it.
I'll get back to it.
Take all the time you need.
So I can take all the time I need, but you're too afraid to come in here? Alrighty then.
Some of this stuff looks very old, but it doesn't look like it's very useful.
How can you tell? I literally can't see what's underneath these cloths. What's this?
Is this Judge Sewell's desk?
Ah, yes. That desk is where he spent most of his time working when he wasn't in court. Custom made. If the Book of Apologies does exist, he would have written it at that desk.
And what's inside this alleged book?
Apologies?
Your father didn't tell you? It was a ledger containing all the names of the accused witches from the Salem witch trials. Judge Sewell had doubts about his convictions, and he wrote the book as a means to make amends.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Why do I have an update on my phone? Search the desk. Well, I was gonna do that anyway.
I found a letter. It's addressed to Abigail Hathorne Woodley.
What does it say?
I do regret to write to you in this state. I have been racked with guilt as my fervency of spirit was too great to determine a conviction just. He asks for her forgiveness, and for God's.
Read. Dear Abigail Hathorne Woodley, I do regret to write to you in this state. I have been racked with guilt as my fervency of spirit was too great to determine a conviction just. Relentlessly have I cried for his mercy, longing for his light to bathe my conscience clean. Over recent years I have been sent punishments only attributable to godly wrath. 2 of our daughters have perished, my wife's mother as well, and our latest child did not draw breath when born. I must repent, lest my children forever be held in anger and contempt by our Father. To right the wrongs made in zealous blindness, I am writing a book I call the Book of Apologies. That's what I need. To be worthy of his mercy, I am traveling the world to note down all the names of those wrongfully accused of witchcraft. Let this be my final legacy, my only way to right the wrongs I have helped create. My guilt allows me not to ask for your forgiveness, though know that my soul remains forever tortured by the knowledge of what I have done, with regret.
What does this mean?
It means that he is sorry for what he did. What's this? What did I do?
Locked.
Oh, it's a lock. Alright. I found the key. Does it fit?
Doesn't fit.
It doesn't. Does it now?
What a clever desk. It even comes with a labyrinth.
Very clever. It's an easy enough puzzle.
Easy.
There it is.
I found it. It's here.
What? Really? Amazing!
It's locked behind some sort of cage, though. The lock says A.W. Any ideas?
A.W.? No. But I have some tools in the shop that might be able to cut it free. In my shop. I'll go. Meet me there.
Where is that? Hey, wait for me.
She's just happy to not be here
The
anymore.
Book of Apologies. It's locked.
Yeah, but take it with you, Nancy. Are you leaving it here, really? That's never wise. I just know it. What does my phone say? Nothing. Alright, so we're gonna go after our scared professor or whatever she is.
Nancy! This way!
Doctor.
Where is that? Dr. Hurst?
Not now.
Nancy Drew, it's Deirdre Shannon.
Deirdre, can I call you back? I'm in the middle of...
Listen, I know we haven't exactly been besties in the past, but I'm in the middle of something big, and
Deirdre, I have to call you back.
Wait, don't hang up on me!
Elizabeth? Elizabeth!
Uh-oh. I knew it.
Hey! What are you doing? What? The book! They took the book!
After them. Do I have to walk all the way around? Just jump out of the window like he did. Nancy, I told you to take it with you.
Stop! Stop running!
That's gonna work. Hurry! Which way do I go?
So much for my vacation.
No time to talk. Run. Where did he go? Why am I so slow? There he is! He's just standing there.
Gotta move slowly.
Oh, stupid
on.
phone!
No!
It's magic. I don't know that girl that keeps calling me, but I hate her already. It's very annoying.
Gotta figure out which way they went. Must be a clue here.
Hey, that's my key. How did I also leave it at the room, Nancy?
W. Same as the desk.
Or is it another key? I don't know. What's this? First class, Vienna Airport to Boston.
A ticket to Boston.
Must be a clue here. I thought I already found it.
This canister looks to have been used as a homemade smoke bomb.
How do you know that? It looks just like a canister to me. Oh.
Yes,
Annoying
Deirdre.
girl.
What is it?
You know where I am right now?
I really don't
Salem.
care.
Salem. As in witch trial Salem?
Avi. Come on, Drew. My cousin has... Well, she's gotten into some trouble here, and I thought I could help her out. But it turns out this situation is much more complicated than I anticipated. So now, I'm calling you to ask for some... guidance.
You want my help?
Ugh, yes, don't make this more painful.
Why not?
I could use your professional opinion, okay?
Well, it so happens that the case I'm on is connected to Boston, which is just nearby Salem. And I was never a big believer in coincidences.
Oh, are you sure?
I'd love to.
Seriously?
I thought I had reached a dead end, but it looks like I have to go to Massachusetts anyway. In any case, a fresh perspective would do me good.
Ugh, you're already annoying me, and you're not even here yet.
Well, you're welcome.
You're welcome? I think it might even be fun.
Oh, this is so the worst idea I've ever had. I'll pick you up from the airport.
Well, she's rude and not nice at all. Nancy's way too kind.
I appreciate you coming here, Drew.
You do?
I'm just glad you didn't change your mind and leave me at the airport.
Might have crossed my mind. Keep the excessive cheeriness under control, and we'll be fine.
No promises.
Where were you, by the way?
None of your
Austria.
business.
Did I interrupt a vacation with Ned?
Didn't you bring me here to help with a case?
Yes, I did. And that's it.
What do you mean that's it?
A fire? Was anyone hurt?
Happened in the middle of the night. No one was there, thankfully. The house wasn't completely destroyed, but the person who lived there had to move out. Just so we're clear, this is my case. I know you're a detective and everything, but this is personal. It's family. Well, extended, and from my father's side. But whatever, that's not the point. It's personal. You take my lead, okay?
I don't
Of
like her.
course.
But
Well, I have done this a couple of times, Deirdre. And in my experience, we can cover twice as much ground if we work side by side.
you know, respect your experience and whatever, but family trumps experience.
It does not.
It's sensitive, and I don't want you messing it up by being too
What?
you. You're a question machine.
That's true.
This requires gentle handling. Delicate.
And that's been your approach.
Well, like I say, I need help.
So, can I ask some questions?
Like anyone could stop you.
It's just one question. Oh,
Why don't we start with your extended family?
They're cousins. The Perrys. Parry.
Oh, like in fencing.
Yes. Tegan is the older one, May is younger. They had a difficult childhood, okay? And now May is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem. And I know it's not true.
How do you know?
I know it.
Let's talk about the arsonist.
What can you tell me about May?
She has a reputation as a troublemaker. Seems like a loner to me. Maybe a bit odd at times. Sometimes she can even sense things before they happen.
Odd how?
I don't know. Troubled teen stuff, difficult time as a kid. Oddest thing is, she won't give an alibi.
That would be seen as suspicious.
That's the problem. Everyone is so suspicious of her. Prejudice, I guess. Because of... well, you'll see.
Sounds like we should talk to her soon.
Where do you think we're going?
No need to be rude.
What does Tegan think about this?
She's worried about May, obviously. Tegan isn't like May. She's... upstanding. She works at the Salem Museum and doesn't know a thing about criminal cases. Which is why she contacted me.
I apparently have one more question, but I don't know what it is.
One more question. What can you tell me about this historic mansion?
It's called the Hathorn House. And it's old. Like really old. And now it's been set on fire.
Nothing else significant about it?
Well, yeah. A lot of things. But one that's... that's kinda why you're here.
Which is why?
The Hathorn House is haunted.
It's a bit of a shame the movement was not aligned with the sound. The Berry House.
What do you mean, haunted?
Exactly that. There's ghosts.
Deirdre.
I don't believe it either, Drew. But I can't explain it. Everyone seems to think they exist. With so many sightings, even if it isn't real ghosts, something is definitely going on. I thought that maybe you can disprove them. So, would you please get out of my car and come inside?
Ask me nicely. Well, like I said, this is the best I could get it. The game
If we're
performance.
going to work side by side, you'd better learn to keep up with me.
You must be Nancy. Thank you so much for coming. You know, you live in the same neighborhood for 20 years and you'd expect your neighbors to be a little more understanding when your family is falsely accused of a horrific crime. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you, Deirdre?
I'm good, thanks.
Tegan Perry, welcome to my home. Well, our home, although right now my parents are literally on safari in Namibia, so... while their daughter is being convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I'm taking care of things around here. They'll be home soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
A very expensive courier is tracking them down in the bush. Top notch, I found him on the internet. Deirdre tells me you'll be assisting her in clearing my sister's name.
Assisting? Yeah.
She's innocent. I don't know why she won't help herself. She's got... a difficult reputation. Well, you know, Deirdre, what people here can be like. She doesn't trust easily, not since... I'm sorry, are you hungry? There's clam chowder, homemade. A little taste of New England.
Sounds good by
I
me.
made up the guest bedroom for you, Nancy.
Thanks so much.
Deirdre, sorry, you're bunking with May. Make yourselves at home. Oh, I almost forgot. After you girls get comfortable, you two should swing by the museum. Might as well take in some history while you're here, right? Just don't get suckered into that witch's walking tour. Olivia Ravencroft is not a witch. She would have you believing all kinds of nonsense about the town being full of ghosts.
I thought you two used to be friends.
That was a long time ago. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta get going. Running late to an appointment.
Thanks, Tegan. I appreciate you letting us stay. Before you go, do you have time for a quick question?
Nancy, we just got here.
Sorry, I know you're in a rush. It would really help.
Of course. I have time for one question, if it'll help.
So as I was saying, I have to wait a long time apparently before I can speak again or do anything in this game. I played around with the settings a lot and I restarted the game a couple of times just to get it to run more smoothly. This was the best I could get it, and unfortunately when Deirdre was speaking in the car, when she was saying it's haunted, it was supposed to be like a little bit ominous, a little bit exciting, but because my game doesn't run 100% perfectly smoothly, it didn't really come across that way. So that's a little bit of a shame, because she was moving and I believe the sound was a little bit later and the subtitles too, so it wasn't synced perfectly. I probably have to choose. She will only answer once, so which one is the most important? The fire or introducing me? Let's do this one.
Do you mind introducing me to May?
Sure. What do you want to ask her?
Well, I'd like to start with what she was doing on the night that the arson took place.
Look, May hasn't had an easy life, okay?
Not easy in what way? I don't want to be insensitive. I'm just trying to understand why she'd be seen as a suspect because of her past.
An accident happened when she was younger, and you might want to ask about it when you see her. Don't. You'll only upset her. She's not very forthcoming with strangers, and people tend to judge on appearances. You understand?
I do.
I understand completely. So she trusts you, right?
Yes.
So, did she tell you what she was doing on that night?
No, but she's innocent, I know.
Okay, but how do you know?
She's my sister. I just know, all right? Sorry, things have been stressful around here.
That's a weird
I
reaction.
really do appreciate your help. Okay, bye.
She knows more.
You jerk. Tegan said you've been in town for days, but you haven't come by.
I know. I had to check in with your case at the, Look, I didn't want to bother you. How you holding up?
I've been accused of worse.
No, you haven't.
Hey, at least I got you to get off your butt and finally visit me.
Oh, this is the girl I was telling you about. Nancy Drew.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, they're both very welcoming.
She really doesn't want to talk. This could be difficult. Any advice?
Do better? I'll be in the kitchen.
Wow, thanks. Really helpful.